The most genuine and purest creatures on earth are newborn babies. They are the only angelic beings permitted by God to return back to heaven in case anything happens to them on earth. They are permitted to return back to heaven and reincarnate. Now listen to me. If you're a nursing mother listening to me, or if you're a woman that has a little child at home listening to me, anytime you notice at the hours of the night between 1, 2, 3 a.m., you notice that your newborn baby or your child always wakes up and start crying. Sometimes the crying may be related to that they are hungry. You give them food. Or sometimes it may relate that they are sick. It may relate to the reason that they are sick. You give them food. But sometimes you notice this unrelated yelling of babies in the midnight. Even after you just breastfeeded them or you just gave them food, they are still crying. It's not as if you are not giving them the necessary routine drugs. You are doing everything, and you notice that the middle of that night, they will just wake up and start screaming and start crying. Now listen to me. Next time you encounter such an incident, look at what you're going to do. After breastfeeding your baby, after giving him or her food, whatever necessary, and you notice that that baby still keeps on crying, carry that child and make a decree. Carry that child and make a what? Make a strong decree upon his or her life. Because when people are filled in the room, or maybe when people are sleeping in the room, newborn babies or children are creatures that sense when an unclean spirit enters a room. They are the one to notice when a spirit or demon enters a room. That's why sometimes you notice they'll start crying unnecessarily. They'll start yelling out because they have the most purest spirits, and their spirits are very open. So if you're a nursing mother, or if you're a woman, you have a little child, you notice in the middle of the night, these babies will start crying. After doing the necessary things, you breastfeeded the baby at that middle of that night, you do the necessary thing, and the baby keeps on crying. Carry that baby, make a decree. That is the best time to impact with your words. Do your casting and binding, make a prayer upon the baby's life. Your decree upon that baby's life is going to be, whatever that is uncomfortable, whatever spirit, whatever situation spiritually that is making this baby uncomfortable, you as the mother is speaking against it. You as the mother is rising against every spirit, every unclean spirit that is tormenting the life of this baby. Every situation spiritually that is tormenting the health of this baby. It is time to do what? Pack out. These are some of the declarations you are going to be making. And you'll be surprised that sometimes when you are making that prayer, you are making that declaration while carrying that baby, you notice that baby will stop crying. Sometimes they will fall asleep. Because of what? You as the mother, that prayer you just made, or that decree, those things you are saying have conditioned. Those spirits, they have escaped. As a parents, be very sensitive to know the reasons why your children cry. Anytime you notice they are crying, or be it they just wake up from sleep, they start crying. Some children, you notice, immediately they wake up from sleep, they are waking up with panic. It will look as if they just wake up out of convulsion. Some days you see them waking up normal. But anytime you notice they are crying, be always conscious to know. Some babies or some little children, you see them, they are crying for no reason. You ask them what happened. They are pointing, or they are pointing at a wall, or they are pointing at something, but they can't talk. Because they can't talk, they are still young. Anytime you notice that kind of situation, always make a decree in the life of that child.